Okay. What's your name and tell me what you do?
My name is Dr. Evelyn Johnson. I'm a graduate of the Edgecombe County Schools, Carver, High School, and presently I'm a 37-year retiree from the Edgecombe County Schools. Presently, I'm on the Board of Education, and I'm excited to be here because I worked my way from the classroom as a student to the top of the building and as a board member for the children in the Edgecombe County Public Schools.
Okay. So, what made you decide that you wanted to be an educator?
Well, when I left Edgecombe County, I grew up on a farm, and I've always had great dreams. And my parents always told me that I could do whatever I wanted to. And I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to work with people because I love talking and I love challenges, and I didn't mind taking risks. I had a great dream to just be somebody.
Okay. What is one of the biggest obstacles that you had to overcome?
I guess the biggest obstacle I had to overcome was, I can't believe you want to go back to Edgecombe County. But then I did my practice teaching in Winston-Salem. I was a student at Winston-Salem State University. And I worked with the students, and I kind of fell in love with being able to teach and children actually listen. And I felt like, I began to think, you know, I'm good at this. So I said, I think I'll try my hand. I'll become a teacher, because really the only thing I wanted to be when I grew up was a doctor or a lawyer. But I think when I began to do my practice in the Winston-Salem North Carolina University community, I fell in love with children, and I fell in love with watching kids grow with teachers in charge.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about your experience in teaching. First of all, what year did you start teaching?
I started in 1969 under the leadership of Mr. Lee R. Hall. And when I came to Edgecombe County, I left Edgecombe County in a segregated community. The black kids went to the black schools, and the white kids went to white schools. But when I returned in 1969, I went to West Edgecombe Elementary School. I had a second grade class, and I was excited. They looked at me different, and I looked at them differently, but I said, guess what? I know I look different, but I have been trained to teach. If you allow me to work with your students, I guarantee you'll never regret it. And when I said that, the parents were relieved, because basically people don't really realize when it comes to integration, everybody has a little bit of fear. So I had to let them know that I've been trained, I'm good at what I do. Come on and give me a chance to help your children grow where they stand.
Now, you say you grew up in a segregated community. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, back in the day, I'm 68 years old, heading for my 69th year. So back in the day, I went to, my first school was G.W. Bullard. Then I went to G.W. Carver. I graduated from G.W. Carver. But Afro-American kids used to go to Afro-American schools, and white kids went to white schools. We all were getting education, but we did not meet. It was not until I went to Winston-Salem that I really took a look and saw that everybody was already working together. The races were coming together. The diversity was already there. So when I came to Edgecombe County, I told Mr. Hall, I can do this. I'm a good teacher. Give me a chance.
What is one of your most memorable moments as a teacher?
I think the most memorable moment as a teacher was when I walked into West Edgecombe for the first time, and when people were not used to, because I used to look like Angela Davis, you know, big old fat afro. So when I walked in, I was dressed well, but it was just that they had not had teachers like me before. And I think the biggest challenge was to say to them, I have been trained to teach. Give me a chance, and I guarantee you, we'll go on a journey that you'll never forget.
Talk to me about a student that you remember the most. You may not remember his name, but his or her name, but tell me what you remember most about that particular student.
I remember a student coming from the Rocky Mount area. When he first came, he was almost like he wasn't sure. He was kind of afraid of me. And I've always known that you never push yourself on anyone. So what I did, I would teach. I would call on him, I'd call on other students, and I would get some of the other students to work with that student. And what they did as a relationship, when we kept building relationships, the children began to trust me, and all of a sudden, I found him saying, Miss Johnson, can you help me? And I think that was the most exciting time in my life. But the greatest part, I think, was when I was administrator. And I was at the alternative school, Bridges High School. That was the most exciting because I had all broken pieces. 60 of those kids came there, middle through high school. And you know, we worked together, and 23 of those kids graduated with a bona fide diploma. And you know, very few people know about it, but I took them to Washington, D.C. I took them to the White House. And we even went on television at BET. And that was most rewarding because to me, I like to work with broken pieces because anytime you mend, you know it's there.
All right. So, tell us what is next for you.
You know, there's a little girl inside of me. And I think as long as you stay young on the inside, I don't know what I'm going to be when I grow up. But I know what I love doing. I still love working with people. I still like breaking those boundaries, breaking those barriers when sometimes people don't quite understand. I guess the greatest thing I enjoy doing is to go back to a place that we used to do. The place where, before we met technology, relationships are most important to me. Because today, oftentimes we expect our resource tool, the technology, to do what only human beings can do. I'm a teacher at heart, and I know that every child sometimes needs somebody to touch them and say they are somebody, because you never know whose life you will change, and you never know which child you made the greatest difference in. So what you do, when you get a classroom of children or you get a school of kids, you work with all of them as if every one of them is going to be the President of the United States of America.
All right. What is one piece of advice that you have, and this is how I want to do this. I want you to give the kids here that will be listening to you one piece of fun advice and one piece of serious advice.
The fun advice for the kids is being a grown-up is overrated. Enjoy your childhood. Enjoy being a child. Enjoy being young. Smell the flowers. Run. Laugh. Enjoy talking with your friends. Because basically one day you're going to grow up and you're going to look around, and those people that you grew up when you were a child, they're going to be gone. But those are the greatest years of your life. So don't work hard to be an adult. Work hard to just be who you are and just pray a lot and dream. Dream big. Dream what you want to be. If you dream it, you can do it. All you got to do is work hard. And when I started, my mother and daddy told me you do reading and writing and math. They used to say reading, writing, arithmetic. But reading, writing, and math, if you learn to do that and learn to do it well, you can do anything you want to do, and can't anybody take it from you. Learn to read. Read is like a latch on a door. You open that book with reading, and I guarantee you go on a journey that you will surprise yourself, and you'll never know where you end up.
Okay. What do you say to the child who has great dreams and great aspirations, but college is not a part of those dreams?
Never underestimate your power. You don't always have to go to college. Inside of every one of us, we have a real somebody who is somebody. What you got to do is to tap out and find out what is it that you do real well. Whatever you do real well in our world today, a lot of kids don't go to college to become great. If you've got a passion and you know how to do something real well, you practice it, go to school, get some more education, and turn that passion into a job, and you can have your own business and people working for you.
All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Evelyn Johnson, and I really appreciate you being a part of our Legacy Day.
Got one more thing.
Yes.
For the educators coming in, let me tell you, educators, you are the key to tomorrow. Deal with these kids because you don't know who you're talking to. But if you come in and those kids see your heart, they will do anything you want them to do. Just learn to talk to them and let them talk to you, and then let them make mistakes, and don't let it be critical. Help them get up when they fall down. Help them get up and point the direction, and then let them tell you. Teach them how to ask you questions, because it's more important that they ask you questions than you to tell them everything. My husband used to tell me a good bit of advice. Let your ears do the talking before your mouth has something to say. And when your mouth does say something, people and children will listen as well.
Thank you. And thank you for being a part of our Legacy Day. We know that our community is made much better because you left your mark here.